All right, we'll start resuming recording now that we did the guide. So, hello, VOD watchers. We're getting a kit set up here to level Shadow Knight. We need to buy spells. We don't have a lot of inventory space. We have shockingly little inventory space, as a matter of fact. So it's going to be slightly inefficient. Just let me hit done. Yeah, tattered cloth note right there. Okay. Only items we can use. Used merchant gloves. Gross. Despair. Walk. Life draw. Scream of hay. I don't know what even half of these spells actually do. Oh, dark empathy. Why would I ever cast that? Scream of pain. Oh. You've forsaken your oath. No, it's only to level up two-hand piercing. See, we have to get good at being able to use a lance. It's just for practice. Yeah. It's just for practice. If there was a normal lance available, then we'd be fine. But there isn't. So, besides, we'll be able to eventually reincarnate SK back to level 1. And then we won't be stuck with it at level 10. We can reincarnate it and then leave it at level 1 in the future. See, we gotta play the long con here. Yeah, it's justify the means. Nah. Now, also, there's a if/when we eventually get a sequel to Torrid Corruptor, which the text of the quest implied we would. I want to make sure I can actually do the quest. You darkness, Breath of the Dead. Now you might be wondering, well, wouldn't that quest just be doable as a paladin? And the answer is yes, comma. However, ... One of us. One of us. You know, besides, sometimes, if you're familiar at all with the Grey Guard Prestige class, from 3rd edition D&D, that was sort of the Dirty Harry Paladin class, that lawful good does not always mean lawful nice. Yeah, you're just playing. Yep. Just leveling Palliot Rods at Knife Worshipper now. Nice. You're gonna switch to Innernook at 50 and go full Bwahaha evil. Yeah. Also, this is like one leg of the process towards having the triple tank. At least we can use well, all the gear on this kit right here works on Paladin Berserker. So you can you can control click to buy one spell. Oh, that's good. Also, nice that we can now that the horse AAs once again summon a bridle, and the bridle does not have a level requirement on it. You can use your horse at low levels. Direct damage. Spike of disease, no thanks. Stun. Taps. Health. Life bite. Yeah, there's the new one. That's on the on Sharista's fangs. 12. 10. Type 1. Direct damage. Don't really need any of those. Disease Cloud, don't need that. We don't need any of those. Don't need any of those. Okay. And I don't have, well, I do have a Blood Moon. If I wanted to use, if I cared about having Improved Vampirism 3. Improved Vampirism 3 is only a 25% mod compared to the 20% ID3, so it's fine. Sword Corruptor sequel goes in total different direction. Sword is now a bar of soap and is one hit instead of two. It creates a soapy effect on the mobs, cleansing them of evil and making them your charmed pet. I happen to know from chatting with him on the beta Discord that Moth, who co-wrote the Sword Corruptor quest with secrets, is a Shining Force fan like I am, and if you've played the original Shining Force and you know how the Chaos Breaker comes to be, then that gives you an idea of what maybe some future quest could look like. Yep. Only past +0 Blood Moons got the effect. Yep. I just happened to drop a new one last night, so I've got a new one with the focus. Yeah. So just happened to get it. Sickle of Sinews. And also, does having Shadow Knight in the kit, no, does not change. I think it boosted my faction by like 75 points, maybe, because I only need 150 to apprehensive now instead of 225, but did not meaningfully change it. So, doing Thex Mallet, although I can turn the note into Skeleton Larod while I'm here. Oh, and I can start using Reeve as well. So there is that. Kick needs to be auto-skilled along with Bash. Reeve gets hotkeyed. We will put it on 2 next to Disarm. And yeah, you can't see it because it's behind my ugly mug. But I actually have a bank of hotkeys down here in the corner It's basically where all the like the auto skill or just kind of the dumping ground of extra buttons goes. So this is where like bash, kick, and frenzy are, so I can see them to make sure they are actually going off. Alrighty. Alright, I want a respawning. +4, please. Yeah, I do like this Ginny Warblade graphic. It does look very nice. Oh, exaltations or some activated items. Yeah, we need to click our spiky splint mail. Need that for Aldrin yourself. Yeah, yeah. Next time you drop a. Oh, hello, skeleton Larod. I have a tattered cloth note for you. Search, find Windstream, find the mallet. 1, 2, 3. I forget where Windstream actually spawns. Near the well. Okay, is where the rod is. Hitting it will spawn Commander Windstream on level 3. He spawns by the chair throne behind through the invisible wall. Okay. Okay. So down by Gynok. Oh, and I have to actually go get keys. Also, guess I should actually hotkey harm touch so I can use it. Cloth shirt. Nice epic drop right there. Yeah. Obviously, blue cons do not give a lot of XP, even at level 10. Yeah, once we get to 15, we'll get a pretty sizable power spike. Because we also have the problem right now that at this level, our skill caps on Smite and Reeve are both really low, so they just don't hit at all. Come on. Can I target? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we need to gain several levels before those skill caps get high enough to matter. Just right now. Yeah, Reeve and Smite are capped at 10. By comparison, Bash goes to 40. Kick is 30. Smite and Reeve have functional skill caps eventually, but they have really goofy progression curves. So, yay, level 11. Do I get any? Let me actually look at my spells. Do I get any? Yeah, I get Clinging Darkness, which is I get Cure Disease, which is useful. Let's cure. Should be on 10 actually. Heals Cure Disease. Yeah, poison doesn't matter, but disease. When do I get a useful? Desist at 13. First pet at 14. I don't have any bone chips on hand though. Life draw at 15. Along with Scream of Hate. I get Vampiric Embrace. Also. Yeah, 15's a big level, but not much until then. We have level ups are pretty much just numbers getting a little bigger until 15. Also, yeah, check out the Befallen map that we have here. This is really nice. Yeah, like the Brewall maps are super thorough and detailed, but almost too detailed. There's so much stuff on them. And a lot of that information is out of era and irrelevant, is really the problem with the Brewall maps. Yeah, these new maps we have are aesthetic and actually accurate to Legends. And there's another AA. By the way, what AAs do SKs even get? Leech Touch. Oh yeah, it turns Harm Touch into a life tap, which is amazing. Soul Abrasion increases the base damage of life taps triggered by Vampiric Embrace by 50% at rank 1. Yeah, amazing. Unbound Drain at level 12. Increases the amount of damage of life taps by 2%. Very nice. Yeah, they have a good list of stuff there. And do we have... Let's see. All right, we're at the point on Steadfast Will where Steadfast Will gets expensive. Crit Affliction actually is pretty good. Could get... Yeah, honestly... You know what? I'm going to take Finishing Blow. We're going to take Finishing Blow because it's actually really useful. Like, surprisingly useful. Especially once you rank it up all the way. One AA pot, yeah, we'll do Steadfast. Oh, hello, a Shadow Knight. Good to see you. I will take your smoked glass key. Thank you. Like, Steadfast, I think, is at, what, 80% right now? If I go over to General... Yeah, Steadfast is at 80%. So... That's good enough for now. We need... You know, that last 20% costs about as much as the first 80% did, so... So I don't need to be taunting. I can just... Yeah, no shame in potting. Now, I mean, no shame in using just pots in general if you want to. You know, it's not like you get an achievement for getting to 1,000 AAs, you know, all natty. You know, no one's gonna, you know, test you to see if you've been juicing along the way. Ah, there we go. Hardly erudite of you. Another Slayer achievement done. Natty bro life. As opposed to Natty Bow life, which is how Orioles and Ravens fans live. Look, I'm a lifelong Orioles fan, but like that doesn't mean I actually like Natty Bow. Like, I'll drink one during an Orioles game, especially if we're behind and we need to activate Orioles magic. Which, by the way, for you know, the non-baseball aficionados, when the Orioles win a come-from-behind victory, a special victory anthem is played at the end of the game. That song is called Orioles Magic, and it's awesome. I haven't heard it much this year. That is correct. It has, it's been a little bit of a rough year. Every year is a rough year these days. Also, ding 12, by the way. I don't know, oh, I miss those glory days. Man, they were getting to be a... I don't think about how long ago it was. Like those beautiful glory years with like Chris Davis and Nick Markakis and who else was on that roster? And Jim Johnson, yeah, who all else was on that team? I can't remember anymore because it's getting to be a few years ago, man. God, that was 27. God, that was 14 years ago. Holy cow, where did the time go? I remember because I was like 27 at the time. Oh my god. Silver-plated war sword. Actually, does silver-plated war sword have a special graphic? I don't think it does. I think it's just a rusty two-hander. Oh, it's a slightly shiny rusty two-hander. It's like a Valium sword. So nothing really special. But I mean, it's different. Not as good as this, of course. Existential crisis. Existential crisis. I mean, I think I actually made the Oppenheimer face there for a second, didn't I? It was that face of my invention. The Face Melter 9000 was used to melt faces. How could this have happened? And yeah, you didn't take me to be a baseball fan. I'm not sure. I don't know. Like, how do you even like identify someone as a like what makes somebody seem like a baseball fan or not? Oh, here comes the welcome wagon. Could really use a couple of good slays here. Oh, guy knocks a cleric. Now let's focus fire him. Now, how could my invention have possibly worked exactly as intended? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, nerds love statistics. And baseball is one of the most statistically studied sports in the world. Like, if you ever watched Moneyball, for example, basically about the invention of sabermetrics, where SABR, S-A-B-R, is an acronym for the Society of American Baseball Research. Hockey fans in shambles from that statement. I shouldn't, Oh, I guess Commander already despawned. I guess we took too long to get to him. Because he should have been, like, right there, you know? He should have been, like, right here. That's fine. I mean, it doesn't matter. We can go get a new note from, Kisdeen Gigs whenever we feel like it. Yeah, see, I never got into fantasy sports at all. As much as I like statistics and whatnot, yeah. Don't try it, you'll be hooked in. Now, see, now, if it was... Now, if, like, fantasy hockey involved, like, you know, elf girls hitting each other with sticks, well, now we're talking. Because, you know, I mean, that's why women's Olympic hockey is so great. You know, like, you get a bunch of, you know, Swedish and Russian women together and you have them checking each other into the boards, you know? I mean, that's something everyone can enjoy. Fantasy field hockey. Like, the only problem with Olympic hockey, though, is that they play European rules where you're not allowed to fight. Like, how can you put a bunch of, like, Russians and Swedes and Finns and Czechs together and put sticks in their hand and not expect them to have to square up once in a while? You know, fish gotta swim, birds gotta fly, right? You know, yeah, hockey without fighting is just figure skating. Exactly. Yeah, then, you know, like the classic song says, what's a Canadian farm boy to do? Hit somebody. Now, is there any other sport globally where goon is an actual respected position on a team? In 90s basketball. True. Every year, the Tampa Bay Lightning and Panthers do a preseason exhibition game in Orlando. It's an MMA match. I believe that. Because, like, let's say your team has, I don't know, Sidney Crosby on it, for example. And, you know, Sidney Crosby is a gigantic woman. And so when somebody checks him a little too hard or, you know, blocks a shot that he thought he deserved to make or, you know, or whatever, you know, you need, you know, someone's going to have to go defend his honor and, you know, square up with the guy who besmirched his good name, you know? I swear Sidney Crosby is like the Tom Brady of hockey. Like, every time he loses one of his baby teeth, he goes and cries to the commissioner, and the rules of the game get rewritten. It's, it's not a real sport unless someone gets suplexed. Okay, you know, so train conducting in Final Fantasy VI is a sport, is what you're saying. And like, I swear, like, Tom Brady and Sidney Crosby are in some kind of degenerate competition to see who can be the most annoying woman in the world, a title currently held by David Lee Roth. All right, now the major motes are flowing. And we need... what was I working on? Finishing blow, right. I need one more point to get the last one. Yeah, leveling wizard is so good. You get garrisons and you just win. It's like, for the next 15 levels, that's the only button you need to play the game. Just garrisons. Forget the rest of the spell bar. It doesn't matter. There. Garrisons is an unusually good wizard nuke that comes online at, I want to say 16 or 18. And just completely obviates like every other spell you get for like 10 or 15 levels. It's just a fabulous nuke. Oh yeah, and was it flame bolt or something? Yeah, that the mages get around at 18. Yeah, the mage bolt nukes are really good. Yeah, garrisons like garrisons even like lasts into endgame as like a cheap mana efficient fast casting finishing blow. If you just need to go tap for the last 1% or whatever to end the fight, yeah, garrisons does it. Because it's really fast. By that point, it's really mana efficient. And the damage is enough to move the needle and finish off a mob. It's just a fantastic spell, and it never gets upgraded. Yep. Yeah, you're in melee range anyway, so... Yeah, the fact that the bolt spells are projectiles that need to actually have a path of movement from start to finish is not a problem. Yeah, chances are you're in melee range anyway, and it only has to go about 2 inches. Garrisons is so good, Instrument of Knife doesn't matter. Level 14. Like, you're not going to do enough melee swings for Knife to actually go off. That's how good it is. Hey, as Clownery, good evening. It was off like once a fight. That sounds about right, because you should be going off about once a minute, maybe once and a half, depending on your dexterity. Any reason to use Ice Comet over Rend? Ice Comet should be more mana efficient, all other things being equal. Though, actually, with difference in foci output due to spell levels, Rend might actually win mana in mana efficiency by like a fraction of a percent. But yeah, pretty much. As a general rule, Ice Comet is your more mana efficient nuke. Conflagration is your big dopamine nuke, and like Rend is for when fire and ice are not available due to resist considerations. Though it's always sad that Wizard basically peaks with Conflagration. And you get Conflagration at what, like 42 or 43? Like, it comes online kind of early. Well, here comes the welcome wagon again. Critted Conflag for over 5k at level 45 this morning. Pwah. And Visual Gamer, good evening to you as well. See, we haven't gone to the dark side. We're only doing it so we can practice two-hand piercing. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Because the only two-hand piercing weapons in the game, all 2 of them, are Shadow Knight only. Yeah, Soulfiend Lance. There it is. That's That's what we're working on. We'll, bust out the DE illusion for, well, we gotta at least maintain our humanity. Like, it's one thing to, you know, dabble in a bit of, dark, you know, theurgy. You know, it's another to become, you know, Allah forgive me for uttering such blasphemy, an elf. Gonna see your fashion quest finally completed. Yo, yeah, put a, yeah, link a screenshot in chat here. Yes, you are allowed to post links in chat. I mean, you gotta put the screenshot somewhere where you can get a URL for it. You know, like whisper it to yourself in Discord or something. Which is a useful thing to do in Discord, by the way. Open up a group DM session with just you in it. Then you can DM stuff to yourself. Which is useful for, like, putting screenshots in a place where you can share them with other people. Oh, ow. Oof. Yeah. 2 casters. That was a lot of damage right there. SK Wiz Ench. I imagine that would be really good due to the, yeah, maxed out Arcane Mastery. Of course, we were about to ding 15 and get access to new spells that would have actually been useful. I was saying, no, we're leveling SK for 2 reasons. Number 1, because it's mandatory in order to skill up 2-hand piercing. And also so we can eventually reincarnate it back to level 1. So we don't have it staining us with level 10. And because there will probably be, well, there might be some, interesting quests coming down the pipeline in the future in, like, Kunark that will be very, very interesting. Purely speculation on my part. No, but there's a method to the madness here. But also mostly just mastering 2-hand piercing. Oh, you can't max 2-hand piercing unless you level Shadow Knight to 50. let's see. What we got for Fashion Quest here? Oh, wait, that didn't... Yeah, you gotta actually, link the image itself, not the channel. Or the message. Yeah, Imgur also works. You can also pull up the... You can also click on the image in Discord and, like, right-click on it, and you'll have an option to open in browser. Why do I need to max 2 in piercing, though? Because it's there. I mean, just such an odd combo. Just got here, yeah. Just getting, like I said, just getting stuff, Whoops. Maybe that works. There we go. Oh, that's a, nice edgy gnome right there. Oh, there we go. There's level 15. That is actually Miragul's robe, which is a unique graphic as far as I'm aware. Okay. What all did we get from the last couple of levels? This Shadow Step, Bone Walk, which we're not going to bother with, because we don't have bone chips on hand. Life Draw. Taps. All right, we have... Which is so... Life Draw is now a better heal than our Paladin heal at this level, which is kind of goofy. Scream of Hate doesn't matter, but Vampiric Embrace. And we should be able to put Vampiric Embrace and... How long does Divine Might quest? It's a little time consuming. Because it's just running around. Also depends how fast you can navigate Kedge. Looks like the robe that drops... Oh. It wants me to... Like... I do not want to sign into Imgur. I don't want to allow ads. No. Rip. It's like, oh, it might not be unique anymore. Rip. Instrument Knife and... Vampiric Embrace. Yeah, they do stack now. And, okay. Oh, actually, these guys just repopped behind us. All right, that one work? There we go, that one worked. Noble's robes. Oh, huh. Alright, that's, Dang, yeah, that is the same graphic. So. Yeah, you know, and yeah, the crits, or the taps crit for triple, instead of heals only critting for double. With the same % chance of activation. Miracles is darker? Okay. Alright, so they're similar, but not quite the same. That's just the, HDR coloration. Oh, okay. Hey, yeah, Smite and Reaver. Actually starting to hit now. Huzzah. Which means we are now actually starting to melt through our mana bar. So 86 mana. I mean, alright, so Life Draw is a lot less mana efficient than Light Healing is. So, yeah, it's, there is that element to it. Oh, we have 4. We can get the next rank, Finishing Blow. Cool. And next rank is below 15% health. Nice. Yeah, Finishing Blow actually gets good. Nanopole was so big on SK Shaman Necro. Basically just chaining life taps. Yeah, that makes sense. On, I mean, SK gets double attack, just not a very high cap on it. Yeah, at 20. It takes forever. Like, yeah, the Knights get it at 20. Pretty much everybody else gets it at 15. Yeah, Knights don't get triple attack. They're the only fighter types that don't get triple attack. Yeah, it's Berserker. Yep. Yeah, Berserker gets it. And Berserker gets double attack at 15 like everybody else does. And gets triple attack at 46 like everybody else does. Beasts don't get triple? Okay. They're the other exception. Wait, beasts don't get double attack? Really? Well, they... Alright, because... Oh, there is a difference in color scheme there. Interesting, yeah. One's actually like blood red, the other's kind of like magenta. Okay. They get half attack? Beast is the new ranger. Well, their pets just got a goodly power bump. So, you know, there's that. Beast friend was complaining yesterday. Oh. And level 16. Probably need a... Yeah, we can kill Kahoptra. Ooh. She is going to be spamming Lightning Bolt. Like all wizards do. Beast is half a class, stopping at 50 man. Never meant to stop below 65. Yeah. Gold, full plate helm. Apparently, oh yeah, people were getting banned for their live EQ shenanigans. Yup. Because it runs off the same Daybreak account. So if someone was getting popped for using, like, SEQ or something, then they have no one to blame but themselves. Play stupid games. Win stupid prizes. Yeah, Companion is just a log raider. Which means it's not even sniffing packets or anything. It's just reading a plain text file that is stored locally on your hard drive. And yeah, I'm not seeing NPC stun resist messages. Yeah, maybe they did revert that. Is anybody seeing NPC stun resist messages? From stunning twice in too close a time period? Let's see. Feeling any burnout yet? Nope. And, Enchaining Whirl and everything's just working? Cool. Yeah, the NPC stun chain, change did not feel good. What you're doing... Yeah, even doing, what you call it? Closed beta. Not quite from the beginning. I got into closed beta about a week or two into that process. And then, did open beta the whole, from bell to bell. And, playing live. And so, yeah, basically, from the day I got closed beta access, and especially once I was able to start streaming it, which was, what, about a week or a couple days afterwards that they had that they lifted the media embargo. Basically playing 6 to 8 hours a day, 7 days a week. And you got the Shadow Knight sword and ring from Sky. Nice. See, Wizard's done. I think Shadow Knight. I think I need like 1 or 2 drops. I need... Oh, yeah. I need the other EOV item, like the Fey Pauldron or whatever it is. The other... Because Shadow Knight has 2 EOV drops. I need the other one. Get the intent. A bit after... It was designed to use stunning as a counter. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, that temporary immunity, yeah, and the fact that you could basically screw up your timing by, like a bash, or especially a pet bashing at the wrong time. Yeah, it just did not feel good. Yeah, you're supposed to be able to use stuns as a counterplay against enemy casters, or to reduce melee damage, stuff like that. Yeah. We could probably... Now, that being said, I do not have any... I don't have any information from, like, test or, the dev bat phone or anything. Pure speculation on my part. Pure speculation. Pulling this out of thin air. With that reverted, I would probably expect a targeted nerf or two, maybe to something like Whirl. Especially to Whirl. Because Whirl specifically is out of line. And it's on the class that is already the strongest class in the game. Mr. Fun Police! Look, don't make me tap the sign. Because I'll tap it. Hey, Sith. See how fast artists are with the new GBF story? Oh, yeah, well, Well, that assumes they're not too busy drawing Hyra, which they should be. You know, some of the really egregious case. It's a silky proc. Whirl and Mistmore. Oh yeah, you had to kill EOV about 40 times to get the Shad Gem. I dropped both Shadow Knight gems a lot back on closed beta. You know, in closed beta, the only EOV drop I never saw in close to 60 kills was the Druid drop. Oddly enough, the Mithril bands for Cleric and also Beast Lord was the last thing I ever got. Was the last straggler that actually clicked through on the last day of closed beta. Whirling Chain, no pause lock. No pause, total lockdown. My Pixiv account, I mean, the last time I logged into Pixiv was 15 years ago? Probably. Like, the last time I logged into Pixiv was when Pixiv was new. Like, back when Gaijin didn't even know what it was. Mez as the stun, yeah, I mean, that works too. Because even things that are stun immune can frequently still be mezzed. Yeah. I assume that was intentional. Because I'm pretty sure stuff was having stun resistance yesterday, wasn't it? Oh, we gotta... Our tunic hit plus 10, so we can't merge these anymore. We gotta start auto-selling them. Yeah, level 17. Did we get any spells at, like... 16 is Grim Aura. It's at least a thing. 17, no. 18, we get Canceling Life. 18, 19, 20. 20, we get regular healing. No, we really don't get anything for a while. We will have left Befallen before we get another spell that's actually interesting. Otherwise, I mean, vanilla healing at 20. And that's about it. Anyone tried beast pets? As someone was saying a second ago, they're not that much better. Oh, ding 46 and a port to sky. Gratz tinfoil hat. Actually, yeah, we'll just actually loop around. We'll run the circuit. Ow, my posture is not good. Ow. Alright, posture check. Ugh. 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 There we go. Also, I just want to say, I'm pretty sure I can absolutely fashion mog Hassan Parker or Piker. He has infinity money, and I still dress better than he does. You pay for professionals. Well, I do not. Although, I mean, there is this one girl at this one ranch. I'm just saying, like if she wanted to be Julia Roberts, I could totally be her Richard Gere, Like I'm not an ad exec or anything, but I mean, I could. So why was every character in every rom-com in the 90s an ad executive? That was the only profession that existed in rom-coms back then. Outfit is 10 out of 10. Oh, thank you. You can't quite see my my tie clip. I mean, it's not a particularly fancy tie clip or anything, but I mean it does coordinate well, and yeah, you can't see the because I mean it's just a tie clip, and you can't actually see the design on my tie because it's like down around my solar plexus. It's out of frame, but. Dude is slowing me through, you know, through 214 magic resist. Let me go ahead and just harm touch you. Harm touch doesn't do much damage at this level. Rip. Now, harm touch gets good eventually, especially once you get the AA to turn it into a life tap, and at the higher levels once it gains a dot component. You know, it gets good. Whereas LOH is always an extra life bar. You know, LOH works right out of the gate. Yeah, it can also crit. I mean, I think LOH can crit. It just doesn't need to. Because it's going to heal for more than your max HP anyway. So it's just win more. Was just thinking maybe we'll, maybe the next class we level up will be Warrior. So we can work towards that triple tank dream team. You know, don't let your memes be dreams. 400 plus HP regen. Let me get some mana back real quick here. Or take a Yeah, the warrior regen AA is actually really good. Yeah. 1% per tick is not nothing. Hey, there's level 18. Yeah, almost 10 times the best regen spell. Yep. And then, you know, if it ever gets an upgrade down the road, whoa. Which it honestly should. Like, I'd be totally on board to see, um, like the next rank add another 0.5% or something to it. I would also be totally on board to see, like, Berserker get, like some kind of percent endurance regen. Because Berserker's been kind of, um, getting itself a niche as the kind of the endurance efficient class by the DPS melee standards. Is there a soft cap on stats? Good question, and as a general rule, the answer is no. Asterisk. Stats like int, whiz, and stamina are all linear. Strength, as far as I'm aware, is completely linear. Dex, like, mostly only affects proc rates, and that's more of a digital value where it only actually changes the math every like 50 or 100 points or something. So it doesn't have soft caps so much as it has breakpoints. The one that is a little weird is agility. Because agility, which affects your evasion AC, agility gives huge benefits to your evasion AC up to an agility of like, it's either 70 or 75. And I forget which number it is, if it's 70 or 75. Here's the thing though. Everybody has that much agility or more by default. So, I mean, even ogres do. So it's not so much like a soft cap as it is kind of the point where the penalty begins. It's like the baseline you need in order to not get penalized. And the penalty is quite harsh. This is why being actually overweight over here is really bad. Because it starts nuking your agility. And once you're, which also reduces your movement speed in the case of being overweight. But yeah, it nukes your evasion AC once you go below that 70-75 threshold. But above that threshold, you only get like 1 evasion AC per approximately 3 points of agility. Whereas you get penalized like 5 to 1 or something below that threshold. Yeah, dwarves had 70 agility on P99. Yeah, you had to put 5 in just to not suck. Yeah. There's one combo you need to add. Okay, yeah. It's almost impossible to be below the 75 threshold here on Legends. You have to try, basically. Hey, you plus 10 Aldrins and plus 10 Woos. GG. Yeah, very nice. My Aldrins and my Woo are all at plus 0 right now. I haven't even moted them yet. I'll mote them up to like 5 or 6 when I'm ready to level Monk. Which I will get around to at some point. Just gonna do them when you feel like it. Even just blasting through on like +2 or something, is nice and is just quick and dirty. Especially if you do like, Yale and the Dragons, and you can just blast through with your brain turned completely off. Do solo dragons have less ads? Yes, and they are arranged a little bit differently to be more solo friendly. And Charlize, hello. It's like on Nagafen, for example, Magus Rokill is in the antechamber with the other fire giants. Nagafen himself is just by himself. Yeah, they are much easier to deal with in solo mode. Alright, Corvin, this is the part where you fall down. Typing on mobile while in hate. Alright. Do-do-do. And let's see, once you clear 8 targets in a week, you can go back and do them for 1 item, yes. 1 item per difficulty, but you do not get a mote. You get your 3 motes per week, and they have to be from different named targets. So you can get like 1 mote from Kazakh, 1 mote from Inaruk, 1 mote from Nagafen, 1 mote from Vox, 1 from Yale, 1 from Fennegal, but only 3 total per week. Oh, not a raid mote, but yeah, you can. Oh yeah, because yeah, because you get because their loot table is supposed to be like one of their unique items plus the potential for 1 like general drop table item, which I imagine is supposed to be a mote. So presumably, you could do like D4 Inaruk every day for a good chance at a high tier mote. Which is not silly, actually, especially doing like, fear +4 once a day. Because you've got, 3 golems, Draco, and Kazakh himself. Yeah, you can also pacify Maestro, or just kill Maestro, because I'm pretty sure, because Maestro should be flagged as a raid boss. So he has all the same moat dropping potential that Enrook has. Plus, Shield of the Stalwart Seas is always a good drop to grab along the way. So the Shadow Knight Obtenebrate Mithril Guard from their one of their Plane of Sky quests has the same AC as Stalwart Seas, just worse stats and worse availability since it's a quest drop. Though it is a very easy quest, because the only item you need for the Obtenebrate Mithril Guard is an Ifriti War Shield and the appropriate Wind Rune. So it is actually reasonably easy to just farm it up. And ding 19. Yeah, this is actually going like at a decent clip. Yeah, what time is it? It's 11:15 actually. Admittedly though, we took our time. Well, we started a little late tonight because I got home from work late. Then we took our time in Plane of Sky doing all the explanations and whatnot. So I don't know, we might not. Maybe we won't make it to 25 on SK tonight. And we might not make it to like 22 or something. Which is fine, honestly. The Bee Pacify demo, totally worth it. That's good. Yeah, main trick to that is just taking your time a little bit and carefully inching up to maximum spell range. Yeah, Palmong's a lot easier to do those. Yep. Evasion, pacify, FD, pacify. Yep. Yeah, because you've got a real margin of error. If you get too close and you aggro them, you just flop. Just scream in agony and flop to the floor. Like Ronaldo. I think Ranger Monk would be more deeps than Ranger SK. Almost certainly. Almost certainly. Because SK just does not have an answer to woos as far as weaponry goes. Like, Kildorn is really good. Blood Moon is really good. They're not as good as Woo's Fist. They're nowhere near as good as double Woo's Fist. Monk skill caps and dual wield skills, and strike skills, coupled with ranger attack buffs, is just a match made in heaven. Yeah, I would venture a guess. Just pulling thoughts out of thin air, no proof, source, it came to me in a dream. I'd be willing to bet the highest pure melee white damage DPS combo would be Monk Ranger Berserker. Yeah, Aldrin's better than Woo's. But 2 Woos is still really, really good. Oh, the other thing with Aldrin is you're stuck with a 250 skill cap. Woo's gets to use a 270 skill cap. So Woo's has higher accuracy, even if it has a lower ratio. And doesn't come with a pile of stats on it. Now, saying, that trio would be like the highest pure melee white damage grouping, I think. Again, just napkin mathing in my head here. That's not taking into account other stuff like Smite and Reave that do add up to a good bit of damage, because that's not melee white damage. That's a separate thing. And also that combo, you would probably evaporate your endurance bar. So I think sustainability would be a concern. But for as long as you've got yellow mana to spend, I think you'd be just crushing it. Purgatoria. Oh, you're working on the Sky Keys I just posted? Awesome. Oh. Did our, I guess our legs hit +10 also. Yeah, Purgatoria, welcome to the program. Glad the guides have been working out for you. So thanks for jumping on the Sky video, since that, I just filmed that a little earlier tonight at the start of this play session. +10 legs? That's too many legs, bro. Well, it's that's almost enough. That's almost enough leg to keep up with Jessica Rabbit. You got plus 10 legs. Nah. Actually my legs are like a -5 at best. They are disgusting. That is why I don't wear shorts in public. Or around the house, for that matter. Gotta blind some people. That's social contract. You can Oppenheimer everyone in a 10-mile radius. What are pants? They're the thing that tomboys wear. When they're not wearing spats. Yeah, the true story, the only shorts I own are Euro-Yen exchange contracts. Yay, finger guns. Come on, anyone? Anyone? Little finance humor? Any carry trade bros in chat? Any? All right, all right, just crickets. Apparently, nobody enjoys global currency exchange based humor. All right, just me. And Pro Falcon, thank you for that follow. Welcome to the program. Almost funny. All right, well, but that's closer to funny than I usually get. So Canadians are not allowed to talk about currency as we do not have one. Well, forgot to follow up with Waka Waka. I believe the Waka Waka was implied by the finger guns. I mean, Canada has a currency. It's basically kindling, and you printed too much of it, and that's why you're having wildfires. Because all that money is on fire. Tim Hortons does not count as currency. Look, all I'm saying is there's enough chemicals in a box of Timbits. Like, a month from now, a loonie will be worth nothing. That box of Timbits will still be worth one box of Timbits. It has a better shelf life than your money. I don't think there is anything in a Timbit that can be legally described as food, but that doesn't mean they're not delicious. Yeah, it's the same thing as Dunkin', exactly. Dunkin' is also disgusting. You know, like, I don't know, like somehow I feel dirty going into a Dunkin'. Like, I don't feel dirty going into a Tim Hortons. You know, like, like if I'm in Toronto or Montreal, like, you know, I consider it, you know, doing as the Romans do. Whereas going to Dunkin' is just like a humiliation ritual. Ooh, you think McDonald's has better coffee than Tim Hortons? I mean, granted, I haven't had a McDonald's coffee in a long time. I think the last time I had a McDonald's coffee, I was in Manhattan. It was a particularly cold winter day. Yeah, because I was taking my then wife, to go see Beetlejuice on Broadway. Totally worth it, by the way. I saw it with the original cast. It was great. And yeah, so it was in like November or something. So yeah, it was cold and yucky out, and you know, the point of the coffee was just to be a hot beverage, and with a bunch of like cream and stuff in it, it was fine. Which is pretty much how I feel about Tim Hortons coffee usually. You put some like maple in it and a bunch of cream and stuff, and it's fine. Pass the wiping sponge. Oh God. Like I wouldn't drink a Tim Hortons coffee black, but turn it into like a mocha frappuccino, whatever, with 10 pounds of sugar. It's fine. It's just caffeinated. It's a caffeinated milkshake at that point, and it's fine. Mac and cheese smoothie. All right, Canada just lost the right to be an independent nation. Like, no, sorry. We're gonna have to Anschluss you for your own good now. Now, bacon coffee. Now, okay, that I'm willing to. That I'd try that. Oh yeah. The coffee in France is great. Yeah, I don't own an espresso maker. I just have a French press. Because I don't always want espresso specifically. Sometimes I want more conventional coffee. Which, I liked that coffee in France was not all espresso all the time the way it is in Italy. Makes Americanos. Though, like, I don't know. I kind of feel like an Americano just, like, doesn't know what it wants to be. Like, it's... Like, does it want to be espresso? Does it want to be regular coffee? Like, it can't... I feel like it can't really decide. Yeah, exactly. It's just... It's watered down espresso is all it is. Though I guess I should say, because espresso has a very distinct texture compared to drip coffee, and you still get most of that texture with an Americano, I guess, like, I guess that texture is the real difference between an Americano and drip coffee. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You get the clemma. Yeah, Pragmat. And Tulpa Stumpyfoot, welcome to the program. Was watching some of your videos. Hit follow. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Glad the videos have been of value to you. Yeah, you get zero clemma in drip. Yeah, that much is very true. How's Hybrid Trio? I mean, we're just doing it for like, I don't expect, like, I'm never gonna actually play Shadow Knight, finger quotes. But we gotta level it in order to get two-hand piercing up. And plus we'll eventually need to harvest some reincarnation bonuses out of it. So but yeah, so far it's fine. I mean, tis merely befallen. You know, anything works down here, especially with the level of gear we've got. And yeah, Tulpa just uploaded a Plane of Sky guide. I mean, however long ago it finished uploading, probably about an hour or so. Oh, hey, a greater moat. Thank you, Based Baron. Yeah, I am looking forward to the reincarnation system. I am very curious what sort of bonuses we can get for, you know, just for doing the grind all over again. And also, if nothing else, it's an opportunity. It will be an opportunity to regrind classes, which means more access to easy motes and easy AAs. So, lots of value. Leveling in newly revamped zones that weren't there for the first playthrough. Exactly. And, you know, by that point, you'll have even more, like, giga-juiced twink gear to just power level with. Though they did say the XP requirement would be higher on subsequent laps of a given class. So, which is not a bad thing, because that just means you'll gain, like, more AAs and have more time to gather up motes in the easy phases. So, like, oh no, you got to kill 50% more more barons and get 50% more motes along the way. Darn the luck. An executioner, hello. Let's see. Screwed over your friends who helped me do the Torrid Corruptor. Villainente, how do I help them fix their Deepwater faction? Oh, that's actually really easy to do. Easiest way to fix Deepwater Knights. If you go watch my my Fiery Avenger / Soulfire guide video, we talk about that. Easiest way to fix Deepwater Knights faction. Get a key to Payneal, or lockpick the elevator. And you can get a key to Payneal by getting amiable with heretics, which you can do by just grinding in the Warrens for a little while. And then talking to one of the skeleton guards. Go into Payneal and commit war crimes. You can go from KOS to max ally in like an hour tops. You're at 596 A's. Wouldn't killing them mess up their future turning for the second soul? Yes. Yes, it will. Also, if you want to not wreck your heretic faction, while you are killing kobolds in the Warrens, you'll collect molars. You turn those in to one of the guys in the Deepwater Knights guild, and every molar is worth 7 points of Deepwater Knights faction. It has a slight heretics hit, at like 1 point or something, 1 or 2 points. It's not bad at all. So you could easily kill kobolds until you're max heretics. Turn in teeth to fix Deepwater Knights. If you need to go kill more kobolds to top off your heretics faction again, easy enough to do. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. You can also kill evil cats in Kara Isle. The ones that works too, and there's no downside for that. That gives you 5 points per NPC killed. You are single-handedly the man. I appreciate it. Happy to be of service. Oh, hey, we're gonna... Oops. Somehow Corvin never actually comes... this guy never actually comes... Oh, because he always paths back a couple steps right through Corvin. And so he always ends up aggroing Corvin. 584 spent, 48 banked. Yeah, I've still got plenty of stuff to buy. I'm not hurting. But Corvin here is gonna let me finish off finishing blow. Boop. Very nice. Got a total of 420 AAs right now. Blaze it. Dude, weed Lamau. Tinfoil hat with 740. Good lord. I feel like such a slacker. Yeah, here I am at 278. Now, I'm a slacker. You did some potions for the first 300. I have not done any potions, although I've bought a lot of cosmetics. Because I got to do Fashion Quest. I am very much enjoying the look of my Ginny Warbladed sword here. It's a very good looking sword. I don't think this graphic... I know that graphic exists in NTOV. And I know it exists in revamped Chardock, because this is the graphic that the Paladin One-Hander Yeldarin has. I'm not sure if it has any other sources, like, in Kunark. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Vilum. Yeah, I always wanted a Yeldarin. That thing was unbelievably rare. I didn't have one, at least at any level where it was relevant. And, Chewy, 1131, welcome to the program. 622, and all Sky Quests done. Grats. That's... Oh, ding, 21. Yeah, I'm at that point where, most classes are, like, 1 or 2 drops away from being done. You saved up for a sword. I know. I remember one of my early trips into Old Seb on vanilla. I actually dropped a Sword of the Morning. It was amazing. Yeah. Yeah, never owned a Yeldarin. Like I said, at least not when it was relevant. I might have gotten one many years later, just for funsies. I don't remember, but yeah, not when it was relevant. And speaking of which, I do hope we get, like, a bunch of the revamped Chardock stuff, like Yeldarin. Mostly Yeldarin. Yeah, Sword of the Morning was a really cool sword. I used that thing forever. Oh, yeah, yeah. 3359 Slay. Based? Yeah, I never played P99. I played a little bit of Quarm. Yeah, played vanilla for 13 years. Spent most of that in very high tier rating guilds. SSF Palette of 55 on Quarm. Oof. That had to have been pretty agonizing. She used a deep water harpoon to get you through level 40 with a decent weapon. Fair. Yep. Went evil in 99 blue back in 16. One Shadow Knight. Yeah, no, I've got my... I've got my Baton of the Sky ornamented as a deep water harpoon to show my eternal love for Sentry Zyron. It was just a Necro killing Spectres. Yup, I mean, that's what enables Deepwater Harpoon to get done at level 1. Necro or Druid out there quadding Spectres. Yup. Which there frequently is. Although here on Legends, if you wanted a low-level Deepwater Harpoon, just level Enchanter to 16 and AoE Mez them. There's only 4 of them. Just pull them into a group. Just Mez them. Problem solved. They got fast respawns compared to P99. Yeah, they respawn really fast here, too. When I was doing the quest, like, legitimately on beta, I was, probably, like, level 30 before I could actually keep all 4 Spectres dead. Because they pop so fast. Alright, I gotta go, let me just sit here in the corner. I gotta go grab a drink. I will be right back. And we're back. Alrighty. Got some nice candy apple crisp bang, which was not the best flavor they ever made. It's pretty okay. Like, it's not something I would get all the time. Had a harm touch crit for 1, 2, 3, 4 noise. All right. Oh, crit resist. You love to see it. Yeah, so what do we work on for AAs next? Honestly, I think we're kind of at the point of doing stuff like Eminence and Spell Resistance. We could pick up some Adamant Will, which would actually be useful. It's the first rank or 2. It's very cost effective. Woo. And what were, if P98, P99 up yet? What was Yeldarin's? Base ratio was 1924. Yeah, not bad. And Knight's Blessing heals for 162. Which is not gigantic considering our HP pools. But free healing is free healing. Boop. Why doesn't Divine Purpose permanent buff stick? Because it sucks, that's why. What keeps dropping it? Pretty much any damage over time effect will override it. Kind of like how certain slows will straight up erase a haste buff. Same thing. Yeah, Divine Purpose sucks anyway, though, so... yeah, absolute garbage spell. Oh, yeah, because Ixar and Troll form have regen also. That's on the same stacking line. But yeah, the best way to solve Divine Purpose stacking problems is just don't cast Divine Purpose in the first place. Don't waste a spell gem on it. Even your out of combat permanent spell gem list. No, just not worth it. Yep. It's 8 HP regen and -3 mana regen. Yeah. Not a good trade. So does increasing its level change anything? Nope. Yeah, it'll reduce the cast time and reduce the upfront mana cost, not the mana degen. Do we have any spells we're talking about recently? Oh, well, we do have, yeah, vanilla healing. We have that much at least. Oh, we could cast Grim Aura for... canceling of life. Reckless. Smite. Root. Center. Healing. Dark Empathy. Convoke. We get a slightly better pet. If we had bone chips on hand. Which we don't. Mistmore is about half the motes per hour is befallen. Really? What part of Mistmore are you in? Because I would think the spa would be awesome for motes. Because the spa, you've got Sharista. You got Princess right outside, Priestess, Zacatl. I mean, that's 3 right there. Which, Soldier, Baron, Corvin. I mean, that's the 3 you get down here. Plus, I want to say there's probably another one. 6 hours. Huh. Yeah, the Shadow Knight. Yeah, I said Zacatl. Maybe the garden area would actually be better? Oh, the Shadow Knight and Befallen. Oh, okay. He might count as a rare creature, but he's below level 20, so he doesn't matter. Because he can't drop majors. Yeah, Garden's got Cloak Dompier. It's got the Noble. The Music Room is right there, which has something in it. But don't do Princess. I shouldn't slay the princess, is what you're saying? Use Monk to test Garden. I mean, given the levels you'd probably be working at in Mistmore, I think really the comparison is between that and the bottom, the southern section of Lower Guck with the Ghoul Crusader and the Scribe and all them, and the Executioner. Because there are a lot of name mobs packed into that area. And they're all pretty weak and spindly. And they don't have the, like, crazy whacked out aggro ranges that a lot of Mistmore mobs have. All roads lead to Guck. Yep. You might not like it, but that is what that is what peak performance looks like. So what you're saying is Mistmore is practice for Plane of Fear. I actually wonder what the Runny Eye pathing looks like now that the NPCs don't just teleport through walls. Maybe do Mistmore into Sol B if you're dedicated. Ugh. I don't know. A little stint we did in Sol B the other day, even on Enchanter, it was just misery. That zone is not fun. Like, I guess once you get into a good rhythm over at the Jarn camp, it's fine. But the rest of that zone is just awful. Yeah, as a chanter, you go to the Jarn camp. You've got your choice of which rogue do you want to charm. And you can just go to town. Oh, man, what time is it? Oh, it's 11:15. How's our remote supply looking? We're up to 34 majors. Okay. And we picked up a few, we picked up some, like, minors and vanillas and lessers and stuff along the way, which is nice for, unlocking procs and stuff where you don't necessarily want to blow up a bunch of majors just to get an item to +4. I level up Vampiric Embrace? Not yet. I haven't bought the AAs for it either, so. I think Rex with Soul Abrasion. Oh, I know. Yeah. Soul Abrasion is crazy good. Yeah, how come SKs get these like giga juiced upgrades for Vampiric Embrace and Scream of Death, but Paladins get nothing to help out with like Instrument of Knife or Divine Might? Like with Soul Abrasion, Vampiric Embrace hits almost as hard as Instrument of Knife, but against everything. And it's a life tap. Yeah, Divine Might is strictly better than nothing. And yes, yeah, Divine Might. Like, oh yeah, Divine Might takes, I don't know, an hour, maybe probably 2 hours to do if you have all your ports unlocked, because it's just a lot of running around, and and as long as you know how to navigate Kedge, like, although since you have to get keys to Unrest, you do need to play around in Unrest a bit to get your keys. Dark Team storyline. Yeah, Divine Might is just unfortunate. uh, the Is the gems cost worth it for what? Divine Might? Because I mean, at least it's a permanent buff, so you cast it once out of combat, and you know it doesn't actually cost a spell gem. You know, I have a separate buff list specifically for permanent buffs, so I don't waste spots on my quick buff list. So, but yeah, at 65 damage, with no special resist mod, I might add, just 65 magic damage, take it or leave it. Yeah, it is strictly better than nothing. Yeah, you know... Yeah, knife is actually good. But yeah, But yeah, Vampiric Embrace is so much better, ultimately. With a, you know, small investment of Soul Abrasion. Doing 76, yeah, with Divine Might at +6. Yeah, no, so that was, you know, 4 tier 5 motes to add 11 damage. To get an item from 4 to 5, is it okay to use 2 5s? You know, because, like, here's the thing, because a tier 6 is actually just 2 tier 5s. But it will give you less, it'll give you fewer points on, when you plug it, than 2 5s would, so, yeah, just use 5s. You know, it's a sunk cost, going for 10 eventually. I mean, I had Flame of Light 10 on beta. Yeah, on open beta. What did that do for my nukes? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Flame of Light is terrible, and it cannot be saved by any means. I polished that turd as much as I could. And it didn't matter, because it was still a turd. Yeah, it's got a cool sounding name. And that is all it has going for it. Do need to let mana catch up for a sec here. Alright, that's fine. But yeah, Paladin has a lot of cool sounding spells, like Divine Purpose, that are complete garbage. Remember, you know, Flame of Light is, like, by itself is half the reason I did that spell deep dive video comparing Paladin and Cleric spells. Because everybody was saying, oh, isn't there a ton of overlap between, like, Cleric spells and Paladin spells? No, actually, there's not. There's a Venn diagram. But one side of the diagram utterly mogs the other side. Yeah, exactly. Like Shaman and Enchanter, yeah, there's there's overlap with Slow and Haste, but those are just two spell lines out of a pair of classes that have a huge list of spells each. Alright, it just now past midnight. Okay. Just reset, you'll get your Girl of Faith to +9. Yeah, that is very high on my hypothetical moat list. Because I've got mine at +7 right now. And, I could just take it to +10. Can't even wear your Paladin haste belt. Stuck using, because you need dot. Yeah. I was about to say, yeah, you need dot focus. You could stick one or the other in your any slot. This week got your Fiery Avenger to +10. Nice. Very nice. Already had Shriven on an Aldrin before I did the quest. Yeah, it, Now, Truvanon actually beats Fiery Avenger on ratio by a smidge. It does while you're on it. Yeah, in like a +4 zone, your mount will. Well, your mount. Yeah, I don't know if it'll do it anymore. But for a while there, your mount would actually spawn as a multi-class, and if it had any buffs to cast, it would cast them. It flops over on its side. Ashy, stop that. Stop clawing Daddy's chair. Steak fries. And that... Did it at least drop some glue? Steak fries, your nachos Belgrande. Guild name Chips. When he uses it flops. Hey, Iron dropped a, Wait, Lord of Ire dropped it? Really? Huh. I don't think I've ever seen Lord of Ire drop the shield before. Huh. The Stalwart Seas. I mean, obviously he drops Shield of the Immaculate, but... Huh. I've never seen him drop Stalwart Seas before. Well, just like I know Inaruk can drop... rarely, drop a couple of the unique items from the minis around the zone. It never happens, but he can do it. Alright, we're gonna ding 24 momentarily here. And there it is, level 24. And another major off of Corvin. So, alright, I think we're gonna kill Soldier and Baron. And then we're probably gonna Origin out, because, whoa, man, am I getting tired? Yeah, I've got this brewer's mesh cloak here that I need to moat up at some point. Is Tim, I want those sands. Oh yeah, that'd be great actually. I would appreciate that actually. You know, gets us that much closer to maximum fashion quest. Yeah, where can I meet you for those? North Freeport sounds good. So because I was gonna origin there anyway. Majors, up to 38. Put 4 into this shield to bump that to 5. Die. Toss that in there. Boop. Perfect. Yeah, let's... We're up to 282 A's. Man, it feels like we were just at like 220 or something a day or two ago. Like, we've made a lot of A's in the last, I don't know, 3 days. Leveled a lot of ants recently, yeah. Yeah, there is that. Gonna do Armor of Roe? Yup. We've been slowly assembling the components of that. By the way, I have a bunch of Dark Reavers. If anyone needs one. Banked a bunch of Mishmore Granite today. Yep. Are you on Mishmore Granite? Mishmore Granite I have plenty of. Melitite I have not touched yet. That'll be like the last thing I do once everything else is in place. Oh. Oh, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. It's, we can just, honestly, we can dragon horde this thing. Along with the prayers of life. And trade skill. I don't remember why I have all this fish on hand, but oh yeah, got this copy of spell locate corpse. Requires Shadow Knight 255 and Necro 255. Cloth shirt. We will dragon scales. Large soiled bag. Let's see. Shirt. Shove those in there for now. Do I have any more? Oh, there we go. There's a Covral's Mystic Pouch. So, Trade Skill Depot, we can deposit the ale in there. Village plans, okay. Oh, we have 2 more Covral's Mystic Pouches to, Ifriti War Axe we can destroy. Yeah. Oh, Rusted Pauldrons. Which Rusted Pauldron? Is that actually, Now, rusted pauldrons are the bloody sky faceplate. Okay, which we already have, right? Storage. Yeah, okay. Rusted pauldrons, yeah, that's... We can destroy that. Move a mystic pouch over there. Red dragon scales, we can dragon hoard that. Destroy that. Deploy this other mystic pouch over there. How are you? Yeah, let's see. And let's see, what else? Any other, like, junk? We have extra Jester's Masks, extra Brilliant Swords of Faith. Okay, yeah, half the bank. We have many tokens of generosity, should we ever... for future Soulfire needs. As well as extra blankets and testimonies. Notes and more Jester's Masks and extra stuff. Yeah, should the... For some, for an eventuality when we make like 16 Soulfires. The mighty Gardash. Alright. Now let's see, what else? Oh yeah, we're gonna need, well, when we decide to do that, we will be able to, we'll pull out as many bone chips as we need. How's the bone chip supply? It's in the trade skill depot, isn't it? We have 329 bone chips currently. Which is sadly not enough. We need a couple thousand more, honestly. But we will cross that bridge when we get to it. So, yeah. A piranha is, a bit lost. Oh, mate, you having a giggle there? But, oh, you know what? We should, this merchant right here often has some, like, useful stuff on her, because people sell stuff to this merchant for full value instead of taking the haircut to auto sell. So if you want an extra, like, Wand of Swords right now, you can grab one for 262 platinum. You can buy an Ebon Scythe for 3 plat. It's a good deal for 3 plat, actually. Royale with cheese. Hmm. He must use the metric system. Because he can't just call it a quarter pounder. But alrighty, that's yeah, it's getting late here. It's quarter after midnight, so let's call it a night there. Had a pretty productive session, I think. So, uh, yeah, no idea what we're gonna do tomorrow. Probably, I don't know, something. We'll decide when we get there, I guess. Like I do need to go smack Interrook for some dupes to try to moat up some stuff because he's been very very stingy. Like I don't want to spend 5 raid motes boosting an earring of bashing. That just hurts. But yeah, we'll figure that out tomorrow. We'll decide then. Maybe I don't know. Maybe do like a hate grind for motes and stuff. That would be for motes and drops. If people are online, that could be fun. We haven't done a hate grind in a hot minute. So yeah, that'd be good. Maybe yeah, if people are online, maybe that'll be the plan. But we'll decide when we get there. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. We will be back tomorrow / technically later today. And if you're out in VOD land and YouTube land, thanks for watching to the end. I appreciate y'all spending your time with me. My name is Tim. I will see you next time. Good night.